of the DNP project roadmap at Frontier. The overlap of core competencies for healthcare professionals is a work in interdisciplinary teams. We are going to employ evidence-based practice, quality improvement, and informatics to provide the best patient-centered care that we can. What does the big picture look like? First, we start with some sort of a problem, a lack of evidence-based practice. We look at some tools called the gap analysis, the driver diagram, the fishbone diagram, and the patient tracer to help us form hypotheses as to why we have this gap, why we are unable to make the benchmark of evidence-based practice. We use the healthcare improvement ramps of PDSAs, Plan, Do, Study, Act cycles, to bring evidence-based guidelines and toolkits into practice and arrive at the 6 IOM goals. Each PDSA cycle most likely is going to include some form of patient satisfaction, team engagement, process measures, and data-driven changes. What is a PDSA cycle? The plan is the objective, questions, and predictions, how you're going to carry this out. The do is actually the implementation of your project. Then you begin to study it, to analyze it, to see what worked, what didn't work, how far you've moved the needle in healthcare, and then you plan again and begin the whole process over. It's an iterative process. Usually in Frontier, we're using 4 PDSA cycles of 2 weeks each. You start with your hunches and theories, and you move that needle towards changes that result in healthcare improvement. Again, we have found that most students are using some sort of staff education and teamwork, some sort of patient experience of care, and many process changes. We are using 4 PDSA cycles, and each of those cycles has a ramp. The first ramp is staff and education and teamwork. You may start out with a kickoff project to in-service everyone of why this is important, what your local statistics are. You may then go to experience of care, and you're going to look at what is the patient experiencing? What do they need to get? What do they want to get? How can we become patient-centered? And to get there, to get to your evidence-based practice, your endorsed measure, you need to make several changes. What are the processes that lead to that ultimate change? The fourth ramp we're going to get to. Let's take the example of Dr. Jollis's dog, Nixon. We would like Nixon to sit, stay, leave things alone, no chewing, fetch, and be house trained. But what we're not going to do is start with one thing, sitting, and then move several weeks later to stay. We're going to implement several of these things at the same time. And that is the iterative process of each of those pieces, the patient-centered, the team education and engagement, and the process measures that are all happening at the same time. What are some of the gaps that we see? We see gaps in diabetes care, vaccinations, wait times, transitions of care, communication, palliative care, birth plans. And again, those same 4 areas that we looked at. Some of the process changes that we use are tools, shared decision-making, checklists, algorithms, and guidelines. You are the product, and what we need to do is move the needle in healthcare forward. You are the next generation of DNPs who are going to be bringing your practices up to evidence-based practice level. Thank you so much. We enjoy working with you, and we look forward to working with you, those of you who are thinking about coming with us. Have a great day.